Although our next guest here is one that is closely on the top of the list for my favorite players, and he's a key reason to why Orange County had a great week. 3-0 basically on the scoreline between two matches. Lyam MacKinnon was responsible for 2 of those goals, and we love it. We're seeing a healthy Lyam MacKinnon out on the pitch, and it's awesome to see. Lyam, welcome to the show. How are you feeling after a great week for Orange County?
Thank you, guys. Feeling great. 2 wins. Couldn't ask for more.
So we've been talking about this all season. I think it's been a debate. I'm a huge fan of what I'm seeing from Orange County this year. I'm a huge fan of minimalist soccer. I want to just see, don't concede a goal and give yourself an opportunity to get results, whether it's a draw here and there or get a 1-0 or 2-0 victory on the season. Orange County's done great on that so far. I think Larry talked about earlier, we've conceded 3 goals in league matches. We've also not been scoring a whole lot, but it seems like there's some good chemistry. The team is really working as a unit, 11 players with this tactics. How are you feeling with your role on this? And how are you feeling with the more minutes that you're getting early on the season being healthy?
No, honestly, it's been great. Even since preseason, I was able to play a lot of minutes, obviously coming back from almost 6 months without playing. So yeah, it's been honestly just a blessing to be able to play so many minutes and perform. And to your point, I think we've been solid as a team in terms of playing together, whether it's defending or attacking. You can really feel in the locker room and on the field when we're winning and we need to keep the score line as it is, or if we're together to go get a goal, it really feels like we're all on the same page. And I think that helps a lot because, even though sometimes forwards, we want to score more goals, or, defenders want to keep clean sheets. Sorry. I feel like this year we're really, really together.
And another thing I noticed with what we have this season is you have yourself, you have Bazzini, you have Ethan Zubak. All of you all are similar in size and stature out there on the pitch. Where some teams might go with a big guy and a smaller guy that has super pace up front. What do you feel like with what you all have? Does it make it easier when you're trying to figure out the tactics and if you're slotting in players here and there? How does it work for a player of your caliber when you have similarities with other players, and how does that make things easier for you?
I think there's so many ways we can, hurt teams. We've played with, more like tens and then traditional wingers, and we've also put, like you said, bigger sized players like Ethan or Bazzini or myself, up top or on the wings. And I think we've played a lot of different positions too. Like I've been playing winger. Zubak has been playing more on the wing lately, or 9, Bazzini as well. So it's also good to have good rotations. It's harder, I feel like, for teams to defend us as well. So, but yeah, like you said, there's so many different looks that we have, and I think it's also part of a little bit of our success lately is it's harder to predict what we're gonna do.
As much as I want to ask you like 500 questions right now, I want to share the time with my fellow co-host. So I'm going to hand it off to Larry up next.
Lyam, my man, how you doing, buddy?
How are you? Good.
Awesome. Listen, Andy has a slide that I think he's going to try and put up. Team of the week. Okay, let me just say this first of all. Danny Stone, absolutely. Alex Rando, absolutely. Lyam MacKinnon on the bench for team of the week. Are you people kidding me? Come on. Lyam, do you feel a little hard pressed on this one? A little hard done?
To be honest, no. I think if you look at the forwards on this list, to be honest, we got a lot of braces, a lot of goals and assists. So to be honest, for me it's no big deal. To be honest, I would much rather have 2 wins in a week than be on the team of the week. So to be honest, I'm not hurt at all. I just feel like the guys actually deserve it too. So credit to them, to be honest.
That is absolutely
I'm going to jump in.
fair.
Sorry, Larry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm going to jump in really quick. I'm going to say Lyam, best answer ever. I love it. It's all about the results. Who cares about the solo accolades right there? Great. I love it. Go, Larry.
And I love the answer too, but Lyam, on your behalf, I'm going to be pissed about this one because I think that you should have been on there. Let's talk a little bit about last season. You started off, you were coming back from the Achilles injury. You came in, you started to get some minutes, scored a brace. Shortly thereafter, you had a very fluke incident at training, if I remember what I was told correctly. How does that affect you mentally as a player to know that, hey, you know what, I just came off of a phenomenal season the year before, and now I'm sidelined for nearly the entire year? How does that affect you mentally, and how do you keep yourself up? Because, man, you were every game last year, you're smiling every time. You're out there in a walking boot, but you are still smiling. How do you do that?
It was definitely the biggest challenge of my career so far. It was the first time I had a very serious injury. But to be honest, I think first of all, the group of guys that we had helped me a lot. I think it's very hard if you don't have anybody to turn to if you're sidelined. But it's actually funny because I had that conversation at the end of the season with the coach, and I was saying that I never really felt like I was, out of the team. Even though I wasn't playing, I always felt like I was involved in the team, in the locker room, at training. And that helped me a lot. It's hard work, obviously, to come back. But seeing, the work of my teammates in training and sometimes the hard results and the good results and just seeing everybody just grinding every day, whether you're injured or not, it gave me so much motivation to try to, stay fit, first of all, and work to get back to help the team this year. But it was hard mentally, but I don't think it was something where I took it the wrong way. I think I accepted pretty quickly that it was going to be long and that it was about how hard I can work to get back to my real level. That's one thing I really wanted to is to come back, but not just to be on a team. I wanted to be competitive when I come back, and I put a lot of work even when I went home in Switzerland to get fully fit and competitive.
And there's no question whatsoever right now, Lyam, you are playing at that level that we all expected that we were going to see last year, but we didn't get to because of the injuries. So keep on with that, my man, because we are loving it. One last question, and then I'm going to hand it over to Dylan. Did Danny Stone let you guys out of training early today so that he could go watch the Liverpool game?
I don't believe so. We had a bit of a split group today. But no, I don't think I think training is always the priority, although I think he definitely probably wanted to go watch the game today.
Are you worried about what his mood might be like tomorrow after Liverpool's performance today?
No, I don't think he lets it affect his mood too much, honestly. I think even though he's a big Liverpool fan, I think, like I said before, I think he would rather have us win.
And that's exactly what a manager of a professional soccer team should do. Lyam, man, keep on doing what you're doing. I talked to you in the preseason and I said, hey, I'm thinking 15 goals this year, and you're on pace for it. So just keep on doing it, brother. Loving you. And I'm going to turn it over and let Dylan talk to you a little bit.
Thank you.
Lyam, it's actually quite funny that Larry brought up the Liverpool match. There is a photo of you in a Liverpool top, obviously. So, please, how do you feel about that Champions League match today? Are you upset?
I had a lot of hope. I was telling Kevin today at training that we're going to come back and that I was going to text him during the game every time we score. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But yeah, I'm not too down, honestly. I even though I had a lot of hope, I think PSG is honestly might be the best team in the world at the moment. So not the worst team to lose to. But yeah, tough one.
Well, it happens. Obviously, Ekatike looks like he'll be out for a little bit. So, who knows what your summer looks like? If you keep it up, maybe you'll find yourself for
true.
some reason on Merseyside. You've been away from, I should say, away from the pitch, because wonderful 2 goals. Yeah, team's playing well. You've been here for a little over a year now. How are you settling into Orange County? What have you enjoyed most about the county itself?
Obviously, it's probably one of the best places to play in USL Championship or even in America. But yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just the daily life, to be able to train in the sun every day, to play on our beautiful home field that I think after playing in Tulsa, we're gonna all appreciate a little more. But sometimes we talk about it with teammates too. It's when soccer is going bad, it's a harder week, and when soccer is going well, it's an easier week. So I would say the daily life is also affected by how the games are going. But overall, no, Orange County has been such a great place to me, especially the club. People that work at the club and my teammates as well. I felt like I was home from the day I started here. So no, life here is great.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope you feel welcome to stay as long as you'd like, Lyam. I believe Brad has a question for you now.
Yeah, I wanted to touch upon, I know Dylan set you up perfectly for kind of what I was going to ask, but coming back from an injury that is season ending, can you walk us through kind of what that takes, to get back to the pitch, what it was like being away for such a while, and what your own personal recovery was?
Yeah. So it's kind of funny because the day I got injured, I thought that it was going to be much longer because of just how it felt and the way it happened. But then I was told that it was going to be, around 4 months or so, or 6 months, for between 4 and 6 months. So it kind of gave me a burst of energy right after it happened. And weirdly, I was, happy that it wasn't going to be a year out. So that gave me so much motivation to trying to get back. And we were around it was July. So in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, if I really work really hard, maybe I can start training a little bit before everybody goes home, which I was able to do around the end of November, which was my goal. But yeah, it was definitely difficult. But what helped me too is obviously Grayson was out, so we were kind of working out together and motivating each other. And then Tom was out for a little bit, so us three had some long and really hard workouts together to stay fit, and we were really pushing each other every day, and that helped me so much. Just staying focused, staying disciplined, because obviously it's easy to let yourself slip when you're alone, but when you have teammates to back you, it's always good. But yeah, once I was able to run, that was probably the biggest moment for me in terms of getting back, because then obviously everything was more functional. I was able to to get my fitness elsewhere than on a bike, which was very hard in the beginning. So yeah, it was, and then the part in Switzerland where I was home, I made sure to surround myself by professionals to be able to still have the medical people to help me with treatment, and as well as trainers too, to keep my fitness and to get back to the playing and the soccer side of things.
All right, I got one more for you. Just talking about your game in general, I like to ask players, who you model your game off personally. Is there a specific player, or is Lyam MacKinnon's game purely Lyam MacKinnon developed?
Well, it's hard to say. I feel like every year or a couple of years, my style kind of changes a little bit too. So it's hard to pick a player specifically. There's so many wingers and forwards that I try to watch. I try to take a little bit from, every time I watch a game, I try to observe what they do. But when back in, around 2020, I used to be like a massive Mane fan. My dad being from Senegal too. So, and then obviously so many top strikers at the moment to watch, but I wouldn't say there's one, but any forward that's playing for Liverpool, I'll definitely have an eye on.
My poor Evertonian heart will disagree with your choice of team, but I'll go ahead and pass it back off to Ray to close this out.
I love the hurt there. I'm hurting when it comes to Premier League stuff, so I don't want to even talk about that. I'm going to do this before I ask what I had planned to ask. There was a question that came through in the fan chat that we just wanted to ask. Do you have any favorite food spots that you've been introduced to in OC? And if so, what is it? Where is it?
Wow, there's a lot. There's many. I would say Tacos Los Cholos in Santa Ana. It's a great one. Let's say there's a place we went to with the entire team, Molo. It's in Newport Beach. It's an Italian place. It's really nice too. Yeah, those two are first that came into my mind. So
nice. No problem with that. Speaking of food, I wanted to reintroduce something I was doing last year, which was a quick rapid response, this or that segment. And when I typed in US versus Switzerland food, I saw the list of Swiss food and I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce 90% of those. So I switched it up. We're going to do a World Cup theme here. So I'm going to just quickly call off two countries. You tell me which one you're picking for this. Are you ready for this, Lyam? And it's the quickest answer you can get. Don't think about it. Ready? Number one, Switzerland or France?
Switzerland.
England or Germany?
England.
Spain or Portugal?
Spain.
Switzerland or Canada?
Switzerland.
USA or Mexico?
USA.
Switzerland or Bosnia and Herzegovina?
Switzerland.
Herzegovina. Sorry, I messed that up. Bosnia or Herzegovina. I said I'm going to butcher the Swiss food, and I'm butchering countries. Okay. Argentina or Brazil?
That's a tough one. I'm going to say Argentina.
Morocco or Japan?
For Mo, I'll say Morocco. Japan. For Mo.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. Norway or Uzbekistan?
For Ryan, I'll say Norway.
And last one, we've got Iraq or Jordan?
Jordan.
All right. Yeah, I like it. Jordan making their first ever appearance. That's you got to go with the underdog from time to time. Lyam, I appreciate you on that. Well, who knows? They haven't announced that they're not playing yet. But hey, if they're not playing, then Lyam's correct. Jordan wins. Cool. Lyam, any last words you have for the fans that support this team week in and week out? And what do you need to hear from them at the stadium at those home matches?
No, just super grateful for their support. Honestly, it's been such a massive help and boost for us. I don't know if they notice it or not, but it makes a massive difference when we're playing. So obviously, let's keep it going. Home games are massive for us this year as well. So same thing. I'm really grateful personally, and I think on behalf of the team as well. Yeah.
Really quick, Lyam, before we let you go, I believe Nico jumped onto maybe our Instagram feed and had a question about favorite Swiss plate. So I want you to basically let us that have never maybe tried Swiss food, what should we try if we're only going to try one thing that's going to make us want to come back for more?
Well, Nico came to visit me in Switzerland in the off season, so he got to try all the different dishes. I think my favorite is it's called Rush Tea. It's basically like a big hash brown, like made with potatoes, cheese, bacon, usually. I know Nico liked it too.
All right. And that was one of the ones on this or that for food that was on there. Now I know how to pronounce it. Hopefully I'll remember next time. Lyam, as always, anyone that joins the show, thank you so much for taking your time and speaking with us tonight. Best of luck to you and the boys this weekend and the rest of the season. Keep it going. Just don't give up a goal. And we've got a shoe in for high seed in the playoffs.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Ladies and
Thanks,
gentlemen,
Nico.
Lyam MacKinnon,
Nico,
your
Lyam.
goal scorer for Orange County Soccer Club. A great week for him. Great week for the club.